All right, welcome everybody to the PHDJ podcast. My name is Mike. Sitting next to me is Brett Favre.
Hey.
Joe, you look more Brett Favre-ish than you ever have.
I think it's the beard.
I know he's your doppelganger anyway, but does Joe look more like Brett Favre? If you're not watching this on video, that means
that's a good point.
Nothing to you. I apologize.
No, sorry.
But, Joe Bunn, say hello to everybody.
What's
Joe.
up, everybody? Live
from Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
This is a special place, people.
Yeah.
We're at the
ARMDJ conference. Day one is just wrapped up, and it's
Big
been...
Daddy crushed it.
Big Daddy crushed it really the whole day. Richard Mills in the morning, which is
super emotional.
That got to you.
It did, man. I don't know that guy from Adam.
It didn't matter. His message was poignant. I think I just met him for the first time today as well.
Really? Okay, so then I don't feel like it.
Actually, I might have met him at Mobile Beat, but yeah, I mean, he spoke. He's been diagnosed with cancer, and apparently he doesn't know how much time he has left. But as he talked about that, I thought none of us do, really.
No.
I mean, he said he didn't know if he was going to be here next year. And I thought to myself, we're all kidding ourselves if we think that we know we're going to be here next year. So, it was a poignant way to start the day. And I saw you right afterwards, and you were moved by it.
I was. Like I said, again, I've never met the man in my life. And it was just kind of touching, and I thought he had a good message, and I thought he had a good spirit for somebody that had their tumor removed and then kind of came back from it, and then I think he was in remission for a while, and then
that sounds like what his story is.
It's unbelievable.
It was a tough one, but also an important message, and I think a great way to kind of start the conference, and with a message of carpe diem and everything else, and then
don't be a dick.
And don't be a dick was a great takeaway. And he also shared an amazing video from his home country of New Zealand. Which I'll be honest, it was never really on my radar, but man, he made it. He sold it.
He did.
I'm going to go back, and Kelly and I have a list of the next 5 countries we want to visit. We might put New Zealand in there. It's pretty cool.
I think that New Zealand and Australia are at the top of my list right now. Not from the video he showed, but just have always.
You think you can wrap your head around that long of a flight?
I don't know.
That's
20 hours.
That's the main thing, man.
Is it 20?
I think it's something like that.
I got to get on the drugs or something.
Right.
Or start drinking or something.
Right. So we're here at the, what is this, the Edgewater Hotel?
Edgewater
Hotel, and they let us set up in their little breakfast nook.
The Continental Breakfast Room. Hey, live from the Continental Breakfast Room.
And we told people they could stop by. We have George Panzitas here. Brian Bonacisi's not paying attention. He's on his phone.
It's all right. Drags, the head of the ADJA.
Yeah. What's going on, Doctor?
Toad Productions.
Doctor.
PHDJ. There it is. Right. He got it.
We got some good shout-outs today, too.
Yeah, we did.
Justin Reed gave us a nice shout-out, and Fox Feltman gave us a nice shout-out.
Yes,
it was pretty cool.
Good people.
And I saw your post about, are you up to 1,000 members now in the vault?
Yeah.
Damn,
we're getting,
dude.
Right when it hits 1,000.
You want to just buy Elite Entertainment and let me retire?
I don't think I've got that much.
Dude, I'm doing the math. But I mean, in my head, I'm like, this guy's bringing in like...
Do not do the math on this show.
All right. Well, you can do the math at home. This guy's doing okay.
George. No.
So I wanted to talk to you about last night. I sent you a text. You didn't come out. We went to where was it, George? What was it called? Puckers. Puckers. Which there weren't a lot of options Monday night in Gatlinburg.
Right.
For even we went to one bar and it was closed at like 9:30. It was already closed. So they had karaoke at Puckers, and the karaoke host had a great voice. Singing voice. But after every single performance, every singer went, whether they were amazing, he said, all right, thank you very much. No, he said, all right, great job. That was his thing. All right, great job. First of all, phoniest voice in the world.
Yeah, right.
Zero sincerity. and B, said the same exact thing. We were like, we need to give this guy a list of 5 other ways to outro. You know what I mean? Let's hear it for so-and-so. Or
Put
great
your
job.
hands together.
So even if you're going to be completely insincere, at least change it up a little bit. We, like after every single, we all were just like, all right, great job. Like we were lip syncing with the guy. And I know nobody who listens to this podcast delivers anything like that. We hope. But if you find yourself, A, just be more real. I mean, be sincere. I don't know where that phony voice comes from. And then B, just mix it up a little bit, man. And if the karaoke host is in front of me, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, right,
I apologize. But I did compliment his singing voice, right? He yeah. Yeah,
Toad was there and said several people. He saw a female sing who happened to be from Columbus, Ohio. I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney, and she crushed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gave her a card.
We must have left by that point.
Okay,
But there were some really good singers. We didn't say I Want to Dance with Somebody.
No, we left an hour early.
Okay. Yeah. So he stayed later, and there.
But yeah, I mean, it was a typical karaoke night. There were a couple of whatever. There was some good talent. There was one guy. He wasn't much of a singer, but older gentleman. First song he did was "Come Together" by the Beatles, and rocked it. I mean, he sang with passion, and then he did "Give Me 3 Steps," and both times brought that. Like the bar was.
I think this is
not a great singer,
right?
But your presentation and also programming. Those 2 songs got everybody going.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I made this point too. Anyone who tells me line dances don't work, this guy dropped the wobble, packed the dance floor. And then he would go into just a dance song. Nobody was dancing.
Oh.
Cha-cha slide, pack the dance floor.
So
Cupid shuffle, pack the dance.
or line dance.
Exactly. Well, and I've seen most karaoke hosts do this now. They'll sing. They did like 4 or 5 singers and then went to some DJ music. Now, I don't know if that's because he was out of singers at that point or he just wanted to mix it up. But that's and most karaoke nights that I've seen, I don't see a ton of them, but that's kind of the way it is. It's usually like they mix things up. No mixing skills. I mean, he wasn't really mixing. I don't even know if he had an ability to mix. I don't know. But no transitions. Yeah. But so that was a takeaway I have from this week.
Yeah.
All right. Great job. All right. Great job.
I said this. I did that. Remember Steve Moody used to always do that MC tips at the DJ Expo?
Yeah, sure.
Or he had the panel.
Right.
And I remember doing that several years ago there. And I specifically said one of those things like, if you use that radio voice, that's one thing. But if you come out to me in that hall and start talking to me like that, I'm going to punch you in the face.
But see, I don't think people do. People do that often. I just think it's a microphone thing. Like I wanted to take this guy aside and be like, let's just have a conversation, because I doubt he would have talked like that. And then I would have been like, that's the voice right there. Like, you don't need to be that guy. Like, just talk. You know what I mean? And then also say something different after each singer. Like, just come up with a couple of other ways to say it.
It's the crutch
thing.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's the crutch thing. I mean, and he's been doing it probably for 100 years at that same place.
Yeah, and nobody's criticized him. And he probably doesn't listen to this podcast, so he won't hear that criticism.
Right. Or a room full of DJs rarely comes in there.
Right. Exactly. So when did you get in?
Let's see. I drove in Monday.
And you're not speaking here. You're showing off your...
No, I came to pick up my booth. So Toad built me a booth in Ohio, and he was generous enough to bring it here. So I picked that up from him. And then, of course, I knew you were speaking. Big Daddy was speaking. I knew Justin was doing the little TED Talk. So I'll be here till... I'll probably head out after Toad is on tomorrow afternoon. And that'll put me back at not too late.
Right.
But beautiful drive here.
We're going to get on the road at lunch, so we're missing the afternoon tomorrow. I'm speaking, Bartlett's speaking, and then we're going to get on the road. And mainly just because we're staring at a 12-hour drive. Last time we didn't leave till the end of the day on Wednesday, which rolled us. Big Daddy, I think we dropped you, George, off about 3 a.m. And then, that's right. You were driving that leg. 6, and then we got home at 7. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
What time did you leave?
We left at 6 p.m. So this time, if we're getting on the road at noonish or even 1, then we're back to my place, midnight-ish. So
that's a good move.
Cool. Happy Father's Day, I should mention. What did you do Sunday? What did the family do Sunday?
We went out on the lake. So we took my boat out and
fishing.
We didn't fish. We attempted to wakeboard. So I bought a wakeboard and they went on sale in the off season. So I calculated I hadn't gotten on a wakeboard in 12 years.
Right.
But in my head, I was like, I'm going to show my son, my oldest, how to wakeboard. And sure enough, I put Ainsley behind the wheel, and I was like, just take the slack out of the line, and when I say go, throttle it. And I'm not kidding, man. First time I got up.
And you did it.
And I got up, and then I'm telling Colin, watch me. And so then I put on life preserver.
No video footage of this?
I got pics. I got pics.
Good.
And so I did the wakeboard for a while, and then he jumped in, and I put on the life preserver and just kind of floated beside him. And man, it was almost like that. It's the same feeling I got 10 years ago when he first learned to ride a bike.
Right.
He got up a couple times and he was leaning forward a little too far, but he tried it.
Right.
And for the most uncoordinated, non-athletic child there is,
right.
I had to give him props.
Okay.
And I didn't want to push him to the point where he never
He's really
wanted to
the
try it
most
again.
uncoordinated child?
He's right up there with me.
He doesn't listen to this, does he? I hope he's going to crush the poor boy.
No, he's very smart, though.
Good.
He's a very brilliant child, but
Good.
he's not an athlete. But
Right.
So anyway, I didn't push him to the point. But the day started with I tossed the harness in, and the harness hooks onto the two hooks on the back, and the ski rope hooks onto that. So
Right.
it basically keeps it off the motor. So I tossed it into them, and I said, hook it up, boys. And they were arguing with it. You hook it up, and it sank to the bottom of the lake. That's how Father's Day started.
Okay.
And Ainsley throws out. She actually goes, "You just ruined Father's Day." And
to you?
Like, no, to the boys.
To the boys.
And I was like,
that's a little
too harsh.
Yeah, that's
far.
too much. Yeah.
And I just kind of took a breath.
I thought calling the kid uncoordinated was
Right.
too harsh, but that's
No.
pretty harsh.
And I take a breath, and I'm just like, hey, we're just going to tie it on one side. You're not
Right.
going to be able to really come across the wake, boys, but we're still going to do this.
Right.
We're out here.
Right.
Anyway, good Father's Day, man.
So we have a few people around. Any Q&A
Yeah.
for us?
Kenny, you got a question.
Hey, why are you posing as a North Carolina fan when we know you're a Duke fan?
Stop.
Oh.
I knew he would. I knew you do that. You put that sign on my car. You swear.
So the question was, why is Joe posing as a North Carolina fan when we all?
No,
he's a Duke fan.
No.
Are you a Duke fan?
Absolutely not. He knows I
I know
hate
nothing.
Duke.
What is this? A college basketball thing?
Yes, it is a college basketball.
Yeah, because I remember
thing.
you celebrating like
You remember that?
the
secret.
greatest celebration ever.
Ever. Pop bottles ruined my house.
So you're
fired
not
off
telling me you were posing during
No,
that?
I love North Carolina basketball. And
What do you know, Kenny?
Nothing. One of these two fools put on my van last night a Duke #1 sign, and they're not admitting it. They're the only two that would know that joke. They're both sitting there trying to look.
So that's like somebody putting an eagle thing on my car, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes,
I got
absolutely.
it.
Same principle.
Right.
Exactly. He does hate Duke because he's from Kentucky.
Got it. Okay.
And they even wear the same blue or close to it. Any real questions? Any DJ related
I thought that was a real question, but any
it's a
DJ related
valid
question?
Brian B, anything? Any comments? You've been all over the world so far this month.
Brian Bonacisi, by the way, off camera, right? You want to come on camera, just wave hello? No.
Come on, B.
Come on.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. Anybody? All right. Well, let's keep talking
So
about
I'll tell a story from last night. I just shared this on Facebook, so by the time this goes live, it'll be a couple days old. But I had one of those, this is why you come to a DJ conference or any kind of conference moments last night. You know Nick Hahn?
Yeah,
From
of course.
Promo Only.
Sure I do.
So he walks in, say hello to him. He's next to a beautiful woman. He introduces me to his wife. Britt, who I had never met before, who is a songwriter.
Yes.
And everybody who listens to this knows I'm fascinated by the process of songwriting. I wrote a whole book about it. My entire book was about the, what it takes, the spark of the coincidences, the whatevers. And so Britt and Nick and I just wind up in this intense conversation. And I'm asking her a million questions about her songwriting. She's telling me about some of the songs she sold and the struggles with getting paid and how the streaming services and some things that I knew that streaming services don't pay nearly as much as
pennies.
Actual, not even fractions of pennies. I mean, you can get a million spins and as she was saying, she's co-writer on some of these songs. So now even the small pie that she gets, she has to split in half with another co-writer. So it was just a fascinating conversation. And George and Matt were trying to pull me away because we were going out for a second spot. But right, no, I know. But I was like, this is why you come to a conference, because that's not a connection you can make sitting at home watching things online. And not to say that these things are bad, but When you have an opportunity, what's coming up next on the calendar? Marquee?
Yep.
Is that the next big one in our conference?
Yep, July.
That's in July.
7th in Chicago.
So I will not be attending. You'll be there?
I'm not going to be there.
I
this
thought you
year.
said you were going to show.
I really wanted to be there, but I just I always take that week off, 4th of July, and it's cutting it too close.
Yeah.
I think that's the day we come home from the beach.
Right.
So I mean,
but that's not a knock on Marquee.
No,
it looks like a great lineup.
Yeah.
And it's Chicago. The thing that blows me away that KC has been able to do this in Chicago, but no one else has. Chicago logistically should be the perfect location for a DJ conference because it's sort of I guess it's further east and west, but I mean it's a doable flight for anywhere in the country.
And
you're in Los Angeles. It's not a whole day. You're in New York. It's a short flight.
Yep.
So I mean, kudos to KC for putting the energy and effort into this, and I hope he
for year two
continues.
Year two.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, it's still a month away. Make plans. I don't know how to find it. Marquee.
I think it's the Marquee.
Listen, if you're a DJ, go back to your emails. I'm sure you have one from KC. And again, that's not a knock on KC. My man markets the hell out of this thing. So, and then after Marquee is Expo.
Yep.
In Atlantic City.
AC.
And I'll be speaking at that. Are you attending that?
I should just be there. Yep. I don't think I was supposed to do a sponsored seminar on Tuesday, but a very lucrative and long-standing corporate event happens that day. So
you might miss it for a gig.
I will miss. I'm going to.
I think missing a conference for a gig is a legitimate excuse.
On a Tuesday,
you got a gig. Yeah,
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been 5-6 years I've been doing this.
Right.
It's a burger chain franchise that's been going for years, and they basically have a rally and they invite all their employees. They shut all their stores down, 100 stores, and invite all their employees, which are teenagers.
Right.
So basically, they fill this really beautiful venue in Durham, this theater, and they do franchise of the year, manager of the year, new custard flavor of the year, and then between the awards, I play dance breaks.
Right.
So, and again, the demographic is very young.
Right. Well, I'll be at DJ Expo.
Yep.
I don't think I've missed a DJ Expo in forever. I will be doing a seminar, and I'll be around all week.
Are you judging the?
I'm judging the DJ of the Year competition.
Entertainer of the Year.
Entertainer, exactly, of the year, which Jake took over from me a couple years ago and has done an amazing job.
Do you know who's the reigning champ?
Yeah, Artem.
Okay, that's what I thought. He's definitely competing.
I've heard he's competing, which is great. It's been a while since somebody tried to protect their title.
Yes.
Most in the last few years have said I won and I'll move on. But I think
I saw him in the Bahamas and I said, "Are you speaking?" He goes, "No, I'm competing." And I was like, "All right,
that's great."
Bro. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, Marcello did that for years. Jasmine did it.
Yep.
Jack Bermeo did it a couple times.
Yep.
I think it's great. People who have won that title and then said, "I'm not hanging it up, man. I'm going to try for a 2 and 3 and everything else." So, what is somebody hitting you up?
No.
Okay.
It was something bouncing in the
dock. And by the way, I guess I need to apologize because those last 2 shows that we recorded in this style, your microphone came in on the left channel, mine on the right, and
Lennon McCartney
kept it that way, and apparently that freaked people out. Dude, we got more response about that than like sometimes we'll pose a question on this like, hey, tell us what song you open the dance floor with, or what's your greatest marketing and we get one response. We have gotten more emails and texts and messages. Hey, did you guys know that Mike's coming in on the left? And I didn't even realize it till I recorded it and then uploaded it, but I was like, this is kind of cool. I feel like I'm listening to a Beatles song. Like, how the Beatles pan everything left and everything right. I was like, I went for a run that morning and I'm like, Joe's in one ear, I'm in the other. That's kind of cool, but everybody else has been freaked out. So my apologies to the people who listen to this. The last 2 episodes, it's my job now to take this audio. I will, and I know how to do it technologically. I will put us both together so you're not dealing with one in one ear.
But the bonus, people, is we're sitting side by side.
Right. This is 3 weeks in a row. After this, we're not going to do this for a while.
That's a valid point.
I could get used to this.
Yeah, I could too.
Yeah,
it's good.
If we could work up enough money where I could fly to Raleigh every week, or you could fly up to me, this would be kind of cool. I don't know if I can explain that to Kelly though. That might be a hard sell. Honey, I got to go to Raleigh. Why? To record a half-hour
30-minute podcast.
Yeah, and then I'm going to come right back. That might not work. So who's watching the dogs?
Right.
Honey, I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over with my fam either.
Yeah.
No way.
All right.
Anybody?
Anything else?
Anybody? It's a good episode. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. You went to Engage since the last time.
I did. Sorta. Yeah,
Well, you attended.
It's yeah.
You were
I
there
did.
for how long?
36 hours maybe.
Out of a 3-day conference?
4 days.
4-day, and
yeah.
you were there for a day and a half.
They're
All right.
calling me an engaged crasher. I was calling myself Brian B's bitch.
Okay.
Any of those are accurate.
All right.
But I did go down on Sunday, and it began on Monday. So Sunday I got in, and I had a series of delayed flights for whatever reason. But I got there late, maybe 10 o'clock. And when I was at my layover in Atlanta, I get a text from Brian, and he goes, "You better be ready to turn up when you get here tonight." And I'm in my head, I'm going 10 o'clock. Like
Meaning what? It was party time?
Yeah.
Like
And
it was raging down there?
Basically,
Yeah.
get off the plane and come to this suite.
Right.
And sure enough, I get there, I drop my bag, and it's like 10-something, and all I'm wanting to do is just shut it down.
Right.
And I'm getting a text from him, "Are you in yet?" Or maybe I think he's getting my gate notifications because he booked the flight, and he's like, "You are here."
He's travel stalking you.
Yeah, he knew I was there. And I was like, "All right, man, I'm coming." And I walk into this suite that he had with another guy. I mean, a massive suite, bedrooms on both ends, extra bathroom in the middle.
How'd you score that?
he is the engaged king.
Right,
Let's be
right.
honest. But it's massive, and it's starting slow. Maybe there's 15 people there. Brian's playing. There's another guy, a Bahamian guy that I had met years ago at the expo, is with Brian, and we're like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" I had
Right.
not seen the guy in years, and he loaned Brian the gear. So they're hanging out, and Brian's like, "Get your laptop. It's time for you to start playing." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." And right about that time is, I guess, when everybody's kind of leaving dinner, and all of a sudden it's
Right.
on. Like it's a house party at
Right.
this point. And I played maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it's happening. And I looked at Brian. I'm like, "You want to get back on?" He's like, "Yeah, you primed it up good for me." He's like,
Brian's like, get this ball rolling, and then I'll take
He
over.
did, and he goes,
Nice.
"You primed that up good." And I was like, "All right, man." And luckily it was the Pioneer SX3 that has 2 USBs.
Right.
So I just closed mine. He fired his
Very
up.
nice.
No seamless transition.
Right.
And we were rolling.
Right.
And I think at one, this was the best part. So, and I'm just like, he's just crushing. He's playing all these edits that I don't have, and I'm trying to Shazam them, and everybody's partying. And all of a sudden, at 1 o'clock, this old man walks in his boxers, and he goes, there's a table sitting at the entrance, and he slaps it, and he goes, "Shut it down!"
So he was just staying at the resort. He
just
wasn't part of
happened
the
to be-
gig.
We don't even know what floor he was
Shut it
on.
down.
Shut it down. But he's in his boxers,
Right.
gray hair. He's like, "Shut it down." And
I hope I'm never that guy. I just hope I'm never
I
that
know,
guy.
right? And finally, I think security came up, and
Yeah,
it was,
that's cool.
It was one something.
Dude, when you spin a gig that gets shut down by security, you've done
you did
something
it.
right.
3 nights. Oh,
Yeah.
he did it. Yeah, consecutively.
3 nights,
Yep.
huh?
Yep. We did
Wow.
it again the next night, and then I left, and he and Jan and I kept on like doing it
That's
night
cool.
after night.
That's cool.
Security hated them, but
So
good time.
And that's an expensive conference to attend,
Very
right?
expensive,
Rack
but-
rate is what?
3,600.
3,600, and that doesn't include
Doesn't include your room or it includes meals.
That's true.
meals.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You still have to fly yourself there and put yourself up. And per night, what is the room? Wow.
Yeah, but that's like the
so that's
hookup
another
rate.
grand on a room.
Yep.
So between airfare, it's $5,000 to $6,000 depending on what you're paying for airfare.
You need to, and this ties back into what you just were talking about in networking. You need to, in order to get your ROI, you've got to work.
Right.
You need to network it.
So you need to be there, spend all that money, be there, and then also roll up your sleeves,
Absolutely.
network,
If
which
you-
is
if
what
you-
Brian has done, which is one of the
100%.
reasons why you're a world
If you
traveler.
don't have that kind of personality that you can network and be good at it, like if you're not even good at it in your local market, I would
Yeah.
say this is not
Don't
for
waste your
you.
money.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if you're that guy and you want to work with the highest of the high end, I mean, the guy that was on my right at lunch was the in the last 2 people to shoot J-Lo and A-Rod's wedding. Every planner at the table said they don't do more than 8 weddings a year because
Wow.
they're working with such
Wow.
high-end weddings and budgets.
Photographer say he made on that one.
Oh yeah, he said I just booked an $80,000 shoot. I mean,
And from what you've said, Brian, there's very few DJs there, right? So
Very few DJs.
you're still a unique.
stay away.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
away is what Brian wants you to do.
Right.
But
I was going to tie in. So you add all that up, and you're at 5,000 to 6,000. DJ Collective is $2,000.
Yep.
And that includes your room.
Rooms. For
So the
4
only
nights.
thing. Yeah, for 4 nights. And so the
8.
only thing not included in that is airfare to Scottsdale.
That's correct.
So you can get yourself to Scottsdale. So I'm giving these guys an opportunity to segue that in.
I'll add in even more so, even more tied in is Brian has made incredible connections at Engage, and a lot of the people that are working with us on the collective are from the Engage experience.
I had that.
Speaking wise, stage design
I experienced that last year. I loved collective.
Gifting wise,
I signed up as soon as you guys put the link
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gifting experience at Engage was Oscar worthy.
Like swag bag kind of thing?
No, it ain't no swag bag. It is literally a room as big as this entire hotel lobby, and you're going up and down the rows, and I go, what can you take? And he goes, you take everything.
So that is like the Oscars.
Oh,
yeah, where
absolutely.
Right.
He goes,
you take whatever you want and one of everything.
One of everything.
Wow.
A radio, beach towel, hemp oil, soap, earrings. Like, it just went on, and I was like, where do you shut it down? And he was like, take everything. It's like, he said, I bring an extra suitcase to get this stuff back under my wife. It's bananas, man.
Wow.
And I was doing it for Jedi because he wasn't in yet.
Right.
So, because I was just an Engaged crasher. He was an actual attendee.
Oh, okay.
So he walks in, and I just hand him over this, literally like.
Here's all the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even hold it all. He was like, what is this? I was like, the gifting, bro.
Right.
So, anyway, I enjoy myself. Cool. Thank you for having me down, man. Honestly, I had a great time.
All right, well, listen, we're about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we can
Let's
put
go
a bow.
eat.
Who did I hear recently said put a bow on this?
Oh, I don't know.
And I was like, wait, I think I'm pretty sure we came up with that.
Yeah.
I think you and I came up with it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, PHDJ Podcast signing off. Mike and Brett Favre, excuse me.
I've got a lot of.
You got to watch it on if you're listening to this only, tune in on Disc Jockey News TV. He's always looked like Brett Favre, but he's more Brett Favre-ish than ever today.
Short hair, beard.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Ciao.
Later, y'all. Thank you.